on for the Islanders as we take a look inside the Islanders dressing room as they look to be all business. Serious faces, and Massachusetts native Gar Snow will get the nod tonight. As the calendar turns to November, the Islanders welcome their New England neighbors to the north. Their first look at the Boston Bruins, and the opening faceoff is straight ahead. Native Rick DiPietro is out, and Rentham native Gar Snow is in. He will make his second start tonight as Ricky has a bruised knee. Right now he's day to day.
Thank you. You know, Steve Sterling generally is a pretty patient man. However, with the Islanders having lost 3 of their last 4 games, he's decided that it is time to mix things up. And so 4 brand new lines for tonight's game, Joe.
Well, you know, he's a person that tries to keep his lines together if he can. You mentioned his patience, but at the same time, he says we haven't played a 60-minute game yet, so he's looking for the right answers. There you see at the top, Kvasha goes in at center with Yashin on the left wing. Shatan stays over there, and then that second line, you've got more speed on the left and in the middle with Jason Blake and Sean Bates with Hunter. Mike York down with Nielsen, and Parrish is a line that I think that certainly can give you something.
Well, Jason Blake understands why Steve Sterling has decided.
We've mentioned it. Gar Snow will get the start. Rick DiPietro, if you're just joining us, has a bruised knee. He's day to day. But Hannu Toivonen will go for the Bruins. Andrew Raycroft did not make the trip. The Calder Rookie of the Year from a couple of seasons ago is injured. He's got a hamstring problem, and he's expected to be out a couple of weeks. Toivonen has played well for them. As we go back upstairs to Howie and Joe.
All right, Deb, thanks. And so Garth Snow gets the start tonight, and Rick DiPietro is expected to practice with the team tomorrow, and if all goes well, good chance that he'll be back in net for the game on Thursday against the Pittsburgh Penguins here at the Coliseum. And tonight's telecast in high definition is brought to you by Panasonic Ideas for Life. The Islanders start the line of Kvasha in the middle with Yashin on the left, Shatan on the right, Zhitnik and Sopel on defense. Boston starting Joe Thornton, number 19, Sergei Samsonov, number 14, and number 37 is Patrice Bergeron. He's on the right wing. And on defense, wearing number 22, somewhat unfamiliarly, is future Hall of Famer Brian Leach. And he's paired on defense with number 58, a 24-year-old rookie named Kevin Dahlman. And this is Dahlman slapping the puck to the Islander line where it goes off of Zhitnik's skate. Quick turnaround. Here's Shatan closing in and hitting the side of the net. And now Samsonov works it up the boards, but Yashin cut it off. Shatan to Yashin. Now to Ninema, who pushes one that's knocked away. Kvasha's got it back to Shatan. Couldn't get the shot. Kvasha scores! One shift, one goal for the brand new combo. Kvasha's first goal of the year, and the Islanders have a 1-0 lead.
Well, once the Islanders were able to get the puck in the zone, and Alexei Yashin did a great job of staying onside, and then they did this. Excellent puck movement, and even though that shot was blocked, Kvasha was on the puck. Then Shatan on the puck. Then Kvasha again with all that time and room. And remember what Steve Sterling said on the pregame show with you. You got to shoot high. That thing was just under the crossbar for the quick lead.
Kvasha, who had gone 7 games without a point, never mind a goal, has his first goal of the year. Shatan and Ninema will draw the assists at 52 seconds. Islanders had a fast start of the game against Buffalo, and Shatan scored early. And now they've got a first-minute goal tonight against the Bruins.
He reaches back. I mean, his momentum was taking him offside. He did a great job to stop, used the left leg to stay onside. That then allowed them to get the forecheck going, and it turned into a goal. So an excellent play by Yashin to stay onside and then gets an assist on the goal.
So they've produced, and now another new line of York between Nielsen and Parrish. 5 in the Boston power play. Sergei Samsonov. Down low, Murray. Snow with a poke check, and the puck winds up on the stick of Lukovic. Get his own man, Hunter, with it, but Kvasha nudges it out of the zone. 19 seconds to the Bruins power play. Bergeron checked at the line by Ninema, and Kvasha with another good defensive play to get it free. Asham skates it out. Aaron Asham now to the Boston line, killing some time before tucking it in.
See, that's where Asham is going to get more minutes in this game. And Steve Sterling said this morning, he said, I like the way Ashton's played. And he's kind of getting the short end of all this with the line change. He said, but I will give him more minutes on the penalty kill.
He's back at full strength. The stop on Axelson as McEachran sent it across. McEachran was working on Martinek's side and made a nice pass. Now Hal Gill, number 25, curls it to the near boards. McEachran flings it the other way. Axelson couldn't clear, but the Bruins get out now. Gill's feed to McEachran couldn't be fielded. And Campoli for the Islanders gives Nokalainen the puck. And again, the Islanders will change up. Midway through the opening period, shots minimal. 4 for the Islanders, 1 for the Bruins. Now Martinek just whacks at that puck to get it out of the zone. He found Nielsen on left wing. He gets help from York. Mike York pulls up, shoots off of Toivonen, who threw up that left arm and looked to stop the puck.
With Toivonen, we've seen him make a couple of good left arm saves. He told me this morning, and I asked him about the equipment. He said, it's lighter and it allows you to be quicker.
Well, last we found a goaltender who's not complaining about it.
Yeah, no, he said it hasn't affected him at all.
Here's Mark Parrish in over the line. Parrish throws it through the slot all the way to York. Now Parrish behind the net. Leaves it for Nielsen. Now Nielsen drifting back. Lets it go. Toivonen the save. York's got the rebound. Toivonen down. He put it out in front. And Toivonen grabs it. 9:19 remaining. First period. Garth Snow hasn't had a whole lot of work. Made one nice save, and that's the only shot the Bruins have sent his way.
And they tested him on that one. The shot by P.J. Axelson off the pass. Snow made a very good save.
There's a nice feed from McEachran coming down the left side. Sean McEachran, a Boston area kid. Finally playing for his hometown Bruins. Al Gill curls it around and out to center for Boston with 9 minutes to go in the first period. And Alexei Yashin sends the puck in. Shatan cuts it off. Islanders look to set up. It floated past Kavasha, but he gets it back from Yashin. Tried to make a little fancy play through his legs. Didn't connect with Yashin. And the Bruins on it here with Hal Gill for Boynton. Nick Boynton, number 44, was a holdout early in the season. Got off to a late start.
And he still hasn't gotten his game up to the level that it was when he played the All-Star game a couple of years ago, but he's getting there, and that's understandable when you miss training camp and miss the first week of the season.
Now it's Murray for Boston, number 27, playing it into the corner. Only Jitnik there for New York. Brent Sopel, his hand is feeling stronger daily now. Gets it into the Boston zone. Yashin now pulls up. Yashin makes his move to Ninema. He scores! Yanni Ninema, and it's 2-0 New York.
What a play by Yashin. I mean, this was a world-class play by holding onto the puck and waiting and letting players skate past you, and then just finding Ninema. And I'm not sure Ninema, I know one thing, he didn't know it was in. He let it go quickly, which was a tough shot, but look at the play by Yashin. Four Bruins around him, stops, waits, and then the pass, and look at the quick shot. Ninema didn't know it was in. And the goaltender, Toivonen, he just couldn't get set for it in time. A beautiful play by Yashin and a quick shot by Ninema, and it's 2-0. Well, that first goal by the Islanders, they got off to a good start, and Yashin had done a very good job to stay on side. And then they simply got the forecheck going. They got to the loose pucks, and Kavasha with the shot, it was perfect. Right up high, just underneath the crossbar, and it was quickly 1-0. And then on this next play, Yashin does a marvelous job holding onto the puck, waiting, and just finding Ninema, who let go a very quick shot. And before the goaltender could get set, it was already in. Here it is again. I mean, there were 4 players around Yashin. He just stops. They all go by. And then Ninema just went to the opening, and Yashin found him with a perfect on the scoreboard as the Islanders lead it by 1.
Islanders outshot the Bruins 8-6. They've got a 2-1 lead in the second period. And there's a shot by McEachran that's knocked away. Had the back problem. Centering feed. Scatchard couldn't reach it. McEachran wound up taking 3 minor penalties in 1 period. A chance for Axelson. He shoots. Snow the save, and he holds on.
Well, what a save. Axelson made a very good play there. The Bruins did a good job on this shift, forechecking and keeping the puck in the Islander zone. And what Axelson did on this shot is he'll fake it. That's a bad clearing job. And now watch a little fake here and then a step to the side and the shot. And Snow did a really good job with his glove in knocking that down. Bad clear by the Islanders. Now watch a fake, step to the side, the shot, and Snow again not only makes a save, but in succession is able to control the
Boys. It's Boys, Sketcherd, and Axelson up front for Boston. Zhitnik to the backhand, comes back out towards the slot, and Dahlman's shot knocked down in front, as is Zhitnik, and then Snow with a save on Boys.
Not sure if that clearing attempt, it looked like maybe it hit the referee when the Islanders tried to clear, and it turns into a chance. Here it is there. Yeah, see, it hits the referee, hit him in the leg, and that keeps the play alive. And then Snow has to make that save and then make another save.
Brad Boys, the rookie, who at one time was drafted by Toronto as a first rounder in 2000. Off to a pretty nice start in his rookie year with the Bruins.
Yeah, then he got traded to San Jose in the Owen Nolan deal.
Now Bates slides out, leaves it for Blake. Bates somehow stayed onside. Blake the shot, and Toivonen stopped it. No. Bates kept a toe on the line of that.
And Brian Leetch hurt himself in the collision. Bates was going quickly forward. Leetch was coming up to meet him, and he went straight into the knee of Brian Leetch, which it looked like the knee to me.
Mike York cleared it down, 57 to go, as Leetch tests himself on the Boston bench. Now Bergeron looking for Thornton, while Zhitnik looks for the puck. Zhitnik had that pass out attempt deflect off of Bruin. Zhitnik has another chance now. Parrish and Thornton there too with Samsonov. And now Murray got it to Samsonov. Good feed to Slager. He moves up. Snow is down. Slager can't get the shot. Plays it across to Thornton. And it's blocked by Zhitnik. Penalty coming here to the Islanders. Still 28 seconds on the first one. And it comes out to center. Slager needs to just get it over to the Islanders. Hits the red line, sends Thornton in, feeds the slot. Samsonov stopped by Snow, and then Murray can't get the shot through. Best save for Snow so far. 20 to go in the period. Another chance for Murray. Snow, another save, and Garth Snow has come up big on this Islander penalty kill. 5 seconds remain to Zhitnik's penalty. 17.8 in the period.
Those are some marvelous saves by Snow to get over and stop that one on Samsonov. And then the try and the rebound, and then he'll have another one coming up when the Islanders can't clear it. And again, Snow is able to get over there and does a beautiful job of moving from his left to his right. Snow as Boston tied it.
However, Snow was plenty good in that second period.
Now he made a number of really high quality saves. And you know, the thing that was, I think, very impressive about Snow is that he was able to make saves.
Continuous play here in the third period. And now Radek Martinez for York. Rink wide, Campoli on the move. Quick shot, he scores! Chris Campoli has given the Islanders a 3-2 lead.
Well, the young goaltender Toivonen has only allowed one bad goal this season. This is one he'll wish he would have had back. Great wrist shot. Might have been screened a little bit by Hal Gill. But very smart play and just a tremendous wrist shot by Campoli, who really leans into this. And just inside the far post as he joined the rush, and that shot gives the Islanders the lead.
So Campoli has registered all 3 of his points with goals this year. And 2 of the 3 Islander goals have come from the defense. So that is and Boys wins the faceoff. Back to the blue line to Bergeron. Now Boys to Sketcherd. Axelson the third forward here. Boys with a little room. Feeds Dahlman. Steps up. Shoots. Snow the save. Rebound loose. Sketcherd to poke at it. It dribbles wide and out Blake loses it behind the net. He was double teamed. Dahlman gets it into the corner. Sketcherd feeds the point. Flipped by Bergeron, and it's as good as an Islander clear. With 27 to go on the Boston power play. York with a strip. York closing in. Got the shot off with Bergeron, closing the ground on him. They forced York to shoot quickly. Now Axelson, checked by Lukowicz, and that deflects out of play.
Now when Boston had that flurry, Boys took the face off, and all he did was take Bates out of the play, and that allowed Scatchard to pick it up. And then they went to work. Dahlman had that good chance and then fanned on a second one on a rebound.
Minutes of 4-on-4 or in the shootout should it come to that. But right now the Islanders start the 4-on-4 with Yashin and Shatan, backed up by Zhitnik and Sokol. For Boston, it's Thornton and Samsonov with Dahlman and Gill, and a shot by Thornton stopped by Snow. Yashin back on it, and the Islanders break out. Shatan to the corner. Sokol will pursue it with Dahlman. Sokol still has to be careful when he applies body contact because of that wrist sprain. And a lead for the breaking Samsonov, who's so dangerous, gets away from Snow. Hart getting back into position as Alexei Yashin cues it ahead to Shatan. He's got speed and he's got a step. Shatan curls, shoots, and it's off the glove of Toivonen.
Well, Boyton was beaten on the play, but give him credit for getting back. He came all the way from the left to the right boards and then got all the way back over to force Shatan to spin and shoot.
Now Parrish taking it towards the net. Looks for York. Lukowicz in deep as well. Ninema, the lone defender, back. York under some pressure from Slager. Turns the other way. Tried to feed Parrish. Bergeron wouldn't let him. And here's a lead from Murray. Lukowicz will catch him. So Murray pulls up. Hits the trailer Slager. Yuri Slager's shot deflects. And goes over the glass and out of play with 3:36 remaining in the overtime.
Now Shatan, it looked like he had plenty of room, and he does. And look at Boynton. He was over there on the right-hand boards. Watch him hustle all the way back, force Shatan to go to make a little spin move. And then the goaltender Toivonen got a glove on that high shot.
So a defensive zone draw, Scatchard and Bates. And it's finally controlled by Sokol. Bates and Blake, the Islander forwards. Good spot for Blake with that extra open ice in a 4-on-4. And here is Jason. 3 Bruins back. Blake going wide. Blake still with it. Bates is in front. The pass dribbles through, but then hops over the stick of Bates. Bates gets it again. Campoli. Through Martina. Campoli's going to hustle back, and he's got room with Scatchard and Axelson needing a change.
And Martinic and Campoli, both players that don't mind going on the offense, are partners on this shift.
Martinic fires one into the glove of Toivonen, who's forced to hold on, so that means a face-off in the Boston zone.
Remember, the Bruins have lost 2 players in this game. Brad Isbister re-injured a groin. He's had trouble with that, and we are hoping that Brian Leach's knee injury is not serious as he collided with Sean Bates at the blue line.
Yashin off the draw, had a shot snapped away. And Thornton takes it back. Now for Slager. 2:45 left in overtime. Samsonov to Thornton. He shoots and he missed upstairs. Big wrist shot by Joe Thornton. Thornton's got it again, turning on Zhitnik, who put him down.
Good play by Zhitnik. Anticipating Thornton would go back to the other side. Zhitnik was in perfect position.
Yashin trying to get through. Shatan fires. It's blocked like it hit Boynton. And the Bruins start up. Samsonov with Thornton. In over the line. Samsonov into the corner now for Boynton. And he plays it off the boards. Too wide for Bergeron. 2:10 to go in overtime. And now Samsonov angled by Sokol. He gets it to Thornton.
3 forwards and a defenseman on the ice for Boston. Bergeron, who plays the point on the power play, now playing the point on this 4-on-4.
Islanders changing. Ninema taking his time. Looks for Nielsen in the corner. Minute 48 to go in the overtime. And now it's Bergeron up ahead, but it went behind Murray, who recovers. Left it at the feet of Dahlman. And Lukowicz plays it off the boards. Now Nielsen with Parrish. Nielsen pulls up. The trailer, Ninema. His shot deflects and goes softly into the corner.
Glenn Murray with the good defensive play, getting the stick. in the shooting lane.
1:23 to go in overtime. And Snow plays it away from a couple of oncoming Bruins, but it bounces back. McEachran unable to tee up that fluttering puck. And Ninema versus for Lukowicz. Up the middle for Bates. Bates now takes it down the boards on Slager. Bates powered in, checked off the puck. We're down to the final minute of the overtime. A little more than half of the games that have gone to overtime have ended prior to a shootout. 19 of 34. The other 15 have gone to shootouts. Samsonov.
I think the fans here are just thinking, let's let this final minute expire and let's get to the shootout.
They haven't had one yet at the Coliseum. The only one the Islanders have been involved in, they won at Madison Square Garden against the Rangers. Blake to Bates. Bates charges to the net. Shoots. Islanders win it 4-3 in overtime. And it's a Boston kid who beats his hometown Bruins. Sean Bates with the overtime winner.
Two players with great speed found a way to use it. And Blake with a beautiful pass, and Bates using his body to protect himself so he can get the puck. Watch the pass right here, and look how Bates just uses his body to shield himself from the defenseman so that when the puck gets through, he can reach out. There it is again. Shields himself from Slager, and then the quick shot low just inside the far post, and the Islanders find a way to come back and win it. Beautiful pass, great play by Sean Bates, and the perfect shot.
I think the fans here will take that trade-off for the shootout, as Bates, who had one other goal this year, and that was a shorthanded goal in the home opener. He's so good when he's got to step on the defense.
You know, he protected his arms is what he did. He protected his arms so he could get a shot. And Bates with the Blake with the good pass. Now watch how he protects his arms. Gets away, protects him, keeps him out so he can't get hooked on the play, and then gets the shot. Beautiful play by both players.
So Sean Bates from Melrose, Massachusetts, who played for 4 seasons at Boston University, has done in the Bruins. Garth Snow, another Massachusetts kid.
He was great. He was great in this game.
The second star of the
Bates,
game.
or at least the Snow was the third star.
Number 44, Yanni Ninema.
Ninema is the second, goal and an assist.
Yep, his best game of the season.
Absolutely. And you know who the first star will be after the overtime winner.
New York Islanders, number 17, Sean Bates.
Well, he scored the overtime winner.
Hosting Boston.
Now to Ninema, who pushes one. That's knocked away. Kavasha's got it back to Shatan. Couldn't get the shot. Kavasha scores! Gets it into the Boston zone. Yashin now pulls up. Yashin makes his move to Ninema. He scores! Counts are 7-4 New York. Islanders with a 2-0 lead. Stayed atop the Dashers. McEachran to Scatchard. He scores! And the former Islander, Dave Scatchard. Samsonov and Thornton, 2-on-1 down low. Thornton shot denied by Snow. 9:57 to go in the second. They've got the glass straightened out. The Bruins win another draw, and they score. Right from the draw, it came back to Nick Boynton.
Ryan Leach just went off. Here it is. Watch. Here how he comes up. Boy, right. It just, I don't know. It looked to me like it got him in the knee.
And now Radek Martinez for York. Rink wide, Campoli on the move. Quick shot, he scores! Chris Campoli has given the Islanders a 3-2 lead. And a Bruin breakout led by Murray. Now for Samsonov. He feeds Gallman back for Murray. Snow got a piece of it. And out come the Bruins on right wing. Bergeron closing in. Centers. Snow got his arm on it. Thornton wheels it in front of Pittsburgh. Snow trying to cover up. Still loose. Thornton a shot. He scores! Joe Thornton. The only one the Islanders have been involved in. They won at Madison Square Garden against the Rangers. Blake to Bates. Bates charges to the net. Shoots. Islanders win it 4-3 in overtime.
And they snap a 2-game losing streak. Boston now winless in their last 6 on Long Island. They've lost 7 of 9 by 1 goal. Steve Sterling changed all 4 lines in this game. Worked pretty well at number 1 line of Yashin, Kavasha, and Shatan. Came up with 4 points. The hero, though, Sean Bates, who has 2 game-winning goals now this season.
Sergei Gonchar wheels it back down the boards. Now Blake trying to force Recchi deep, as Joe explained before, but Recchi peels back out. Bates got a stick on it. Lemieux again for Crosby. Now to Gonchar and a pad save. Big kick save by DiPietro. Blake to Bates, but he couldn't control it. The Islanders need a change.
I'll tell you what, DiPietro's made some huge saves. I mean, he made that save on Lemieux after the beautiful 2-0. And then DiPietro at 2-0 made a couple of beautiful saves at the end. 3 right there.
Now it's Gonchar all the way to Lemieux. In over the line. The drop to Crosby. Thought about a shot. Feeds the slot. DiPietro robs Recchi. But another good play by Crosby to set him up. Lemieux's got it again. Lemieux looking for either Crosby in the slot or somebody right out in front. So he fed the point instead, and it was missed. Shows a good one.
Mario Lemieux drops it, and then that fake shot. What a save. I mean, that was an unbelievable left pad save. Maybe the toe of the skate. Yeah.
Penalty about to expire. 6 seconds remaining. Into his arms came up somewhat perilously, but the Islanders clear. Pittsburgh managed 1 shot on the penalty. And now a scrap developing with Ninnema working Crosby over, and immediately Malone came to the defense of Sidney Crosby.
Now, you know what, though? I think this was more Crosby than it was Ninnema. I mean, to me, Crosby, then when they got tangled up, Crosby is the one that did not want to skate away. And I think Ninnema did, and eventually Ninnema knocked his helmet off, but they're going to protect their 18-year-old franchise player. I mean, they end up coming together on the other side. And you'll see it right on the boards here. There's the hit, the push. They push each other. Hey, I mean, Crosby kind of gave him a, kind of cross-checked him a little bit, and then Crosby kept going at him.
Well, Crosby, Joe, was going into the box. Nobody's in there in the Islander. Now somebody's going to go in as they first now open the door. And it's Yanni Ninnema who goes in.
I think if Ninnema would not have knocked the helmet off Crosby, he probably would not have gotten a penalty.
Funny looking at Mario, just keeping an eye on that too, because Mario literally has a proprietary interest in Sidney Crosby.
You know the thing about Crosby, I mean, for an 18-year-old kid, he is not shy. Not that he goes out looking for things, but he is not afraid to go anywhere on the ice. I mean, he'll go to the net hard. He'll do anything hard. I mean, he's just...
Martinic knocked off balance. Asham reverses hard. Scuderi tries to keep it in. He gloved it down. Islander player Campoli next to play it. So here's Asham for Yashin. The drive, he scores! Alexei Yashin with a sizzler. And the Islanders on the board. The Pittsburgh lead is cut to 2-1.
Well, it all started with a long pass out of the zone. Right here coming up to guess who? Aaron Asham. A little drop pass, and then Asham just goes to the net. And the perfect shot by Alexei Yashin. That hard rising wrist shot over the glove of the goaltender Karan, and the Islanders are now trailing by just a goal.
So that's 8 goals for Yashin, but he has points in all but 2 games that the Islanders have played. And interestingly, Asham was out with Shatan and Yashin. And for Yashin, that's career goal number 299. So although the Penguins have some experience up front, this is still a young team in a lot of areas, and we'll see how they react now to the Islanders breaking through for their first goal.
Again, you know, this starts because of the long pass. You know, no longer the 2-line pass, and there it is. I mean, that's Campoli. Beautiful pass to Asham. Just looked up, found him, and for a rookie, he's playing with a lot of poise. And then the perfect shot by Yashin. He ripped that one.
We don't else happened starting that play? Was it Scuderi who gloved the puck down? He batted it into the zone, and because of that, no other Pittsburgh player could touch the puck without the whistle blown. And that gave Campoli a great chance to make that outlet pass. The Islanders were on their way to getting on the board. Campoli with his first assist. And Yashin, or at least Kavasha now, getting some time on the pine.
Well, you know, Steve Sterling was saying this morning, he said, I always have the option of going back to Asham on that wing to give that line a different look. Again, he was not unhappy with Asham's play.
Bates in the corner. Sopel with a backhander that chipped out of the zone by York.
You know, I asked Brian Murray, I said, if your power play so bad, what are you doing wrong? He said, you know, we've got so much skill on the ice. He said that we try to make too many pretty plays instead of...
There's a pretty one by Spezza.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Put it off of Zhitnik. The Senators keep it. Britton with a drive. Pad save. Rebound. Oh, DiPietro a second save. That was on Alfredson. The third save came on Spezza.
Yeah, two great saves. And that was just simply a pass and a shot, and then it led to those chances. That's what Brian Murray wants his power play
Digital
to do.
replay featuring
That man, Rick DiPietro. 1, 2, and then how about that one on Spezza at the end? That's why this game is still scoreless.
It was during an Ottawa 5-on-3, which the Islanders survived, being trailed by Václav Varada, number 26. Campoli looking for Nielsen, missed it. With 6:40 remaining in the second period. And now Goddard is going to square off with McGrattan. And you could have pretty much expected this. McGrattan is tough. McGrattan recently beat Ty Domi soundly. And Goddard trying to hold his own here. The helmet is off. McGrattan got one good right hand in, but so did Goddard. Goddard landed an overhand right. And as the wrestling continues, it's McGrattan's helmet that's off. Goddard more than holding his own here as he avoids an uppercut. Ducks under another one. Goddard tried to answer with a left.
Yeah, he's trying to get his right hand free.
Overhand right by McGrattan. Then he got one to the side of Goddard's face. And another. Goddard lands softly with his left, really tugging the top of the jersey more than anything. They look beat. They look pretty pooped.
Yeah, you called it.
That's it. See you next time.
McGrattan salutes the crowd. They did. They just both got to a point. They said that's enough.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're done. And that's how you get 551 penalty minutes in the American League.
Not many of those for misconduct.
They have comported themselves a little more physically. And don't forget, as Heatley drives to the net, gets a shot off and then barrels into DiPietro. Is DiPietro all right?
I don't know, but Heatley's getting a penalty shot out of this. You know, this all starts with the long pass. Remember we talked about the ability, and you're right, is DiPietro all right? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. And this is, remember he missed some time with a concussion. Look at the long pass. That's Daniel Elfredson. Look at the pass onto the stick of Heatley. And then he gets taken in, and boy, the big collision. And it just drives to the net. You know, he looked to go over, and it almost looked like Zhitnik was the one that ended up going into DiPietro a little bit more. And I think Van Massenhoven has given him a little time to gather himself. Remember, it was a similar type play in Washington where a collision took place, and he suffered the concussion.
Ryan Smith scored on a penalty shot for Edmonton against Patrick Lalime last night in St. Louis. And here comes Heatley on DiPietro. And DiPietro the save.
That's a big save. It keeps the Islanders in it at 3-0. As Heatley made a couple of moves, but kept the puck on his forehand the whole time. Watch this. Look, a couple of fakes there. Tries to get DiPietro to move, and Rick stayed right with him and made a good save. Very good save.
Ready for the start of the first of 8 meetings between the Devils and the Islanders this year. Mark Joannette is that man, number 25. One of the referees with Ian Walsh, Pat DiPuzzo, Johnny Murray, Tom Steinell, the video goal judge. And Paul McInnes and Vin Godleski will be turning on the lights. Scott Gomez with his new line mates, Victor Kozlov and Grant Marshall, to start the game for the Devils. Jason Blake, Sean Bates, and Trent Hunter for the Islanders. Brad Lukowicz and Yanni Niinema back on defense for New York. Sean Brown and Brian Rafalski matched up together in one of the defense pairs, and the only one that does not change for New Jersey. And so here is Niinema, laying it across, and the Devils come in with a couple of forecheckers early. It is lobbed on by Brown, gloved down by Gomez. Able to steer away from Hunter and motor on and give it on to Kozlov. Kozlov rocked to the turnbuckle there, right where the glass begins, in a pretty strong hit. Meanwhile, comes back, though, gives it on to Gomez, then right back for Kozlov, but it slithered through him. Pretty strong hit by Brad Lukowicz. And another one applied on Marshall, as it's Gomez behind. Marshall trying to get free in front. Gomez in front, tried to get it to him, and that ricocheted off an Islander. Played to the corner now by Kozlov along to Gomez, but sent from him along to Jason Blake, and Blake will just plop it on back and then come to the bench for a change in lines.
Scoring chances by both teams. Now look at Jamie Langenbrunner. It's a 3-on-1. He's got time, but give Kavasha credit. He's going to come into your picture here right there and lifts the stick on the finishing move by Langenbrunner. Jamie Langenbrunner fired one earlier, and DiPietro went down a little bit early, and he hit him up in the shoulder. But there you see the puck going off the shin pads of Parrish just wide. Both coaches have encouraged their players to get to the net.
Score! A wrist shot from the blue line by Lukowicz, and we're going to have a scrap between Langdon and Goddard.
Wow, what an unusual play this is. A goal and a fight simultaneously. The glove started to come off about the time the puck went in the net. Oh, there Langdon finally getting some game action. Didn't wait long, and I don't think either one of these guys knew that a goal had been scored. Goddard just coming off a big heavyweight fight up in Ottawa against McGrattan, where he did very well. Steve Sterling said some good things about Goddard. He says he's reestablished his confidence. He's been fighting well, and that's improved other parts of his game as Langdon finally gets loose.
Man, Goddard going for the haymakers, landing Langdon with a couple of short lefts a moment ago. And both teams banging their sticks on the ice in appreciation for the scrap.
Well, that was the longest wait for a replay goal, and for good reason. But Lukowicz, he gets off the blue line and he shoots through a maze of players. Now that may have hit. Let's see if that doesn't hit Winehandle in front. He's telling him, come on, boys. Let's start slow here. Don't make me work so hard right off the bat. But now the puck, there you see the puck go. Shots taken, shots in the net. These two guys don't know it. They've only got one thing on their mind, and they go at it. That was a look at our Panasonic digital replay, brought to you by Panasonic. Panasonic, ideas for life. Now let's see, does this hit someone? No, I don't think so. Yeah, it did hit. It may have hit number 11. We're not sure. By the look of it, Clemenson didn't see it, Doc, or it made a drastic change of direction on the way in.
Yeah, it looked like it did. Back in, 1-on-3. Somehow or other, you think he's got a shot at that. But then it's Chris Campoli who takes over now for the Islanders. 8.5 to go as of right now, first period. Shots are 4-3 Devils. The Islanders leading 1-0. Score! Bad angle from the corner by Sean Bates, and it's 2-0 Islanders.
Well, this is just flat out a bad goal. You can't cut it any other way. Scotty Clemenson knows it. You know, here's one team shooting the puck and getting rewarded. And this is Sean Bates. Watch, he's almost on the goal line. And he just throws it above the stick. And I may watch the feet of the goaltender. Oh, there you see that hole, folks. And it hits the right foot above the stick. Now, Scotty Clemenson's got to bang those pads together, but he's a little late on it. Instead, the puck was the one doing the banging off the right pad into the net. Whoa, Devils with some serious adversity here early in the first period.
Here with Chico.
Well, the Devils reluctant to shoot again. This is early on. This is a second chance to shoot it. This time Jamie Langenbrunner gets caught from behind. The nice back check. And here you see the first goal. Lukowicz walks the line, throws it at the net, either hits something or surprises goaltender Clemenson. While that's occurring, a big scrap going on, which got things livened up. Another example of a great scoring chance. You don't set them up very better than that, but Kozlov refusing to shoot once and then again twice. So the Devils missed probably their 3 best scoring opportunities by not shooting the puck. And then this is what shooting the puck will get you. Scotty Clemenson surprise through the leg right between there. Bates scores it. He had given the Islanders a 2-0 lead after 1. Well, the regular coaches or official assistant coaches, Danny Bilesma and Brad Shaw, are not on the bench. The Islanders with a very familiar face, Sergei Nemchinov. He's been working with them all year. And he gets a chance to stand behind the bench, and I'm sure his goal, Doc, is to one day be a coach. Be a good one maybe for the Russian team down the stretch.
Indeed. Here is Parrish, but that one came right to Clemens to the outside. Back to Malakoff again. Across to Martin. Finesses to Malakoff with a wrister, and that one dropped by DiPietro. Scramble in front. It kicked over to Kozlov. Malakoff a drive, snapped out of the air by DiPietro.
Well, besides being effective, Doc, Malakoff is so much fun to watch when he's in motion and he's shooting. Here's a good chance, good rebound, and then back at moving. No, I don't know.
I know. Anyway, back to the ranch. Here's Gionta feeding that Kachuk shot, snapped up and held by DiPietro, who has a very quick glove.
Yeah, I would think that's the one area you want to try and keep it away from, that big right net. And you know, he's a left-hander, so he catches with his right. A lot of shooters, like Richard Batchuk, who doesn't get a lot of chances to steam away like he did here after coming out of the box, probably doesn't remember that he does have a right-handed glove.
By the time you look up, you're committed to shooting it there.
Yeah, that's right.
Here is Malakoff, then Gomez, sent one in front. Oh, and Freeland was stoned by DiPietro.
That was a great save. Great read by DiPietro.
Gomez again. Winds it across. Marshall trying to chase it down. Nienema turns, lifts one. Malakoff waits. Malakoff angled it off the boards, but it escaped the reach of Gomez. Came right back over to Freeland. Plays it to Gomez. Tries to protect and does. Gets it back to Martin. Then over to Malakoff once more. Malakoff back to Martin. Pans it out to Gomez. At the front of the net, Marshall. They gave it to him there. Back to Gomez. Drive! And that one is held by DiPietro.
Good-looking power play for the Devils. They're shooting pucks. They're passing to the open guy in a hurry. And the puck is moving around quickly, and that's causing some... Oh, there's a save by DiPietro. What a post-to-post save. Here we saw Gionta do it. The last power play, this time it's Grant Marshall. And that's causing all kinds of problems, not only for the defense of the Islanders, especially for DiPietro.
DiPietro trivia quiz question. Saturday, Rick DiPietro became the second Islanders goalie to stop 2 penalty shots in one season. Who was the other? We'll have the answer a little bit later on.
Taller goalie than a blue chip goalie, and that's why he's a battler.
Sopel a shot. Oh, and that ricocheted off his mask.
It did, Doc.
Sent around now for Pandolfo, and Pandolfo sends it back down. In the old days, when you were playing, that mask would have probably sidelined you for a little bit, at least to get some repairs and stitches. But here is Yashin. Masks are so much better now. Alexei Yashin moving in, giving it on to Shatan in the last 10 of the power play. Drive by Sopel. They score!
Well, a nice shot by Sopel, and a similar situation to the success the Devils had in their power play. And you're going to see, I think it might be Kavasha, but watch in front to the left. There is an Islander, and it's Kavasha. He lifts his leg, and Brent Sopel drives us through a maze of players. Oh, and right through the legs of both Sopel and perhaps Clemenson as well. Yeah, he might have got it. Kavasha may have gotten that goal, and that was a look at our Panasonic digital replay, brought to you by Panasonic. Ideas for life. That looked like it might have deflected. And here's the best chance. They could have tied it there. Sergei Freeland off the pass from Gomez is robbed. Again, now the Devils got into trouble. Kozlov took an unnecessary penalty. Great save by Clemenson. But the Islanders, simple little play. This time it's Brent Sopel unloading the shot.
Quick question for Nissan. Saturday, Rick DiPietro became the second Islanders goalie to stop 2 penalty shots in a season. Who is the other? Any idea?
Maybe, I don't know, Gar Snow, maybe he's the other Islander goalie.
Let's see.
Oh!
Did you forget?
Oh, yeah.
Don Murdoch and Ron Settlebauer. I'll bet you,
boys.
I'll bet you remember what they tried to do on you.
I remember the Murdoch one, not the other. Oh!
Here's a feed in front and a shot rifled wide by Rafalski. Kept now by Brown.
The Islanders are getting DiPietro down on the ice. You mentioned it, but they're just shanking the high shots wide. That's the second time DiPietro was on his knees. Earlier, Brown missed a good opportunity, and that time it was Rafalski.
Brown's pass controlled by Gianta and then brushed into Parisi when an offside is called. And so neutralized faceoff. What do you remember about Murdoch's?
I've got a picture of it, so I remember he came down and I stopped him. I do remember that he shot, didn't deke. He was a rookie that year, I believe.
Settlebauer would have been with Vancouver.
That's good memory there, Doc. Yeah, I mean, penalty shots were so unusual back then.
And to get 2 in a year and stop them both was something noteworthy, too.
Yeah, I think my contract was up that year, too. I used that in my bargaining, I'll tell you. No. I went from 45,000 to 50 that year.
A year.
Yeah, that's what I was making that
That's
year.
pretty good.
That was good
at that
money.
time, yes. Langenbrunner, as if you would take Patton. Here is a head and scales it off the glass, and it's DiPietro out to turn it along near Kavasha. Kavasha's pass is too far for Yashin. Played on by Rafalski. Now Marshall nicely through to Madden, moving in. Save, rebound, another save on Pandolfo. Covering the puck out in front. The tandem of Zhitnik and DiPietro.
Both of them down on their knees, but a good play by Rafalski. Instead of going off the boards, a direct pass to Marshall. What a nice little flip pass to a spot that Madden could grab. He tried to go 5-hole, and then DiPietro did the right thing. He just stayed down. Watch this little play here by Marshall. You see the hole? No chance for Pandolfo on the rebound, really, Doc. He was in so tight, and York back-checking had no room to maneuver, but you're sitting on the Devils bench, you're saying, come on, boys. Watch the left shoulder here, Jason Blake. He gets run into the bench, and watch what Brian Johnson does. He puts his hand on his shoulder. He's just trying to protect him. Not interpreted that way by Blake, and he throws a left hand that the referees didn't call a penalty on, which we're happy for. Just a little bit of feistiness, Doc, you like to see in a game. Right. And he started, Rick DiPietro was coming off 2 terrible losses. Not that he played so bad, but he was telling me this morning, he said, if he's going to be our goalie of the future, our go-to guy, I got to play him under adverse conditions. Yeah. I mean, you can't put in Gar Snow just because it gets tough and bail a kid out. No, we're going through a tough stretch here. Let's see what he can do to help us get out of it, and he's been very solid, and if need be, Gar Snow can step in. He's had some very good games for them this year. He's been terrific when he's had the chance to play.
Brown back in, and that one skittered right in front. Marshall moves for it. Sopel there. Marshall belted him. Meanwhile, it is brushed along by Pandolfo, but Hunter is able to get it back to center. Keeping an eye on Clemenson. Still 1:20 to go now. It is laid ahead off Marshall, then to John Madden. He has to settle it down before he lobs it in. It bounced away from Pandolfo and is swept back out. Pandolfo has to hurry, gets back out, but the pass came to Sean Bates. Bates moving in. Bates pulls. Clip one in front. Score by Blake on a feed from Sean Bates. And it's 4-1 Islanders.
Well, Devils couldn't get control of the puck. They couldn't get Clemenson out of the net. And their neutral zone play in the last 8 minutes really deteriorated, Doc. They weren't very good in the neutral zone. They couldn't get pucks into the Islanders' end. And here you see Blake just driving the net. What a move here by Sean Bates. Toe drag around Brown, pass across, and that obviously sealed it. And it didn't matter. I don't think probably the Devils are going to win this. But in terms of the Islanders, that's just a little more of a confidence boost.
So the Islanders will get points number 13 and 14, pulling even with the Devils, the idle Panthers, and Buffalo for 9th out of the 15 teams in the Eastern Conference. Gianta walking it back in for the New York Islanders, who got a goal at 2:57 from Matthias Weinhandel while a fight was started, and then Bates in the first 2-0. Malakoff, a 5-on-3 power play goal, closed it to within 1, but then it was Sopel late in the second on a power play and Blake late in the third to make this secure and a 4-1 victory for the New York Islanders and Rick DiPietro tonight.
The first month of the year. Long drive from the blue line, tipped just wide as Rathje let one go. A lot of guys did not play hockey at all last year. Most players played somewhere for at least a little while. Great move by Nielsen and a glove save, Niittymaki. And a hooking penalty coming up. Islanders get a power play out of it thanks to the work of Robert Nielsen.
How about that rush? Watch him pick up the puck, go to the middle of the ice here, and then he just keeps going. Now he's got some time, and he picks up. That's where he picks up the speed. And then this little move here, beautiful, forces the penalty, still gets a shot. What a shift. Tremendous rush by Robert Nielsen, and the Islanders with a power play chance.
It'll be their second. They did not manage a shot on their first. And the Islanders control the draw. Nielsen into the corner. York lets it go. York, Hunter, Parrish, Campoli. The rest of the Islander power play. Nielsen backing up, protecting the point. York's the guy who's playing the point, although he comes down the boards a bit. So Nielsen stays back there. Nielsen wheels it to Campoli, across to York, now to Nielsen, breaks his stick, and it slides towards the net. Niittymaki had to be alert there as he was setting up to play a hard shot that just slid. York looking for Parrish. Now Hunter goes to the corner. Away from Terrien to Parrish. Pokes one to Yashin with the Islanders changing. Now York backing up to play the point with Campoli. Hunter has it blockered away by Niittymaki.
And all of this because Robert Nielsen, when he broke his stick, stayed there.
And two chances for Hunter denied by Niittymaki. And a fracas develops.
Well, two players knock Mark Parrish into the goaltender. And it doesn't look like there's going to be a call. But that entire, maybe there will be, that entire flurry was because after Nielsen took the shot, he broke his stick, and instead of going to the bench, he went all the way over to the boards. Watch him take the shot. He's right here. There's the shot. Breaks his stick. Now watch, he stays there, and he goes all the way over to the boards. Watch him kick it right here. Played soccer as a youngster. That kept the play going. And the Islanders were able to keep the puck in the zone, and that led to some scoring chances, then led to the penalty by Savage.
It's a great play by Nielsen.
Oh, yeah.
What though? You're supposed to drop that stick immediately when it breaks, right?
Yes.
He kept it in his hands for quite a while there.
Yeah.
He didn't fling it away until he started to make his move to the boards, where he showed us those soccer skills. Well, the Islanders now are going to be two men up with Savage in the box for 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Yeah, and they lost the face-off, and that takes a lot of time off the clock. It was a clear loss on the face-off, and now they've got to get it back in the zone and set something up.
Savage off for roughing after Rathje's hooking penalty. 46 left to the 5-on-3. Kavasha to Sokol. Across to Zhitnik. Kavasha's parked out in front. Yashin moving that way, centers across, hard feed, Shatan catches, draws him down, and puts it between his legs, gets it back, and finally Niittymaki covers up. Niittymaki at first thought he had it under control, and then Shatan found it loose and had another great opportunity.
Well, Shatan, we've seen him in past games use that patience when he's got the puck. And he does here. Now, watch what he tries to do. He tries to beat him through the legs right there. And Niittymaki doesn't know where it is. So he says, I'm going to get the pads together. But when he did, you could see the puck emerge on the other side. And that's why Shatan stayed with it. There it is. Now watch the puck come out right there. And boy, oh boy, I tell you what, he didn't miss by much. It looked like he actually hit the shoulder of Niittymaki.
Islanders control, 23 to the 5-on-3. Yashin with Kavasha in front, across to Shatan, he scores! Miro Shatan in the 5-on-3 gives the Islanders a 1-0 lead, and they will still have 1 minute and 13 seconds of power play time to work with as Savage continues to sit it out.
Well, a key part of this is you're going to see right in front of the net, right here, and you'll see the stick on the ice by Kavasha. Watch the defenseman have to come over and take Kavasha. That left Shatan open on the other side, and with his head up all the way, Yashin saw him, moved it over to him, and he didn't miss on that one. Shatan just waiting, perfect pass, and boy, that thing was in the net in a hurry. And the Islanders with the lead here in the first period and still on the power play.
And almost important is the fact that they have the lead. Nothing's more important than the scoreboard, of course. The Islanders have outshot the Flyers 18-2. An absolute turnaround from the game in here on the 15th of October. And the Islanders score first.
And Niedermacher's played well, hasn't he?
Very well.
I guess that loss of confidence that he had is gone.
A couple of weeks on the bench didn't hurt him. Now York lets a long one go. He scores! Michael York! And it is 2-0 Islanders. 2 power play goals.
Well, Trent Hunter watched the 20-game video of Mark Parrish that he got from the coach. And he just happened to look up and said, well, there's Mark Parrish in front. I think I'll join him. Watch in front of the net. I believe they're going to have 2 Islanders there eventually. Parrish was certainly there with Pitkanen. Look at Parrish make his way through. And Niedermacher, where's the puck? Where's the puck? He's got a guess. Didn't see it. And the shot by York, the power play goal. And the Islanders with a 2-0 lead on their 19th shot of the period. Is that 19 or 18?
Well, it'll be 19.
It'll be 19. They'll change it, right?
After the goal. You know.
There it is again. This shot. And I don't know if they were reviewing. Yeah, they must have reviewed whether Parrish was deflected the puck.
So the Islanders out shooting Philadelphia stunningly in the Flyers building 19-2 with still 4.5 to go in the first period. 2 power play goals, 1 and a 5-on-3, and now timeout for a fight as Aaron Asham and Mike Richards evidently decided it was time to go. Wow. Oh, Asham with 3 big right hands. Richards got one in, but Asham puts Richards down. That is a TKO, Aaron Asham. The Islanders have dominated this first period in every department. Drastically, but they had plenty of chances, Joe, before they finally broke through.
Well, they found a way to move the puck up the ice. This is Bates first on the feed from Hunter. Niedermacher has to stop that one and then stop Jason Blake on the rebound as well. And they kept the heat on by getting the defenseman involved. That was Sopel that moved up and took that shot from the bad angle. And then look at the Islanders just keep skating, and Parrish is able to convert that pass by Robert Nielsen into a good opportunity. And then Nielsen again, look at the pass. Hunter lets everything go here on Niedermacher well out of the net to make the stop. And then Robert Nielsen again, what a period he had. Look at the speed. Takes off down the middle. Now he's got some room. 1 move, 2 move there. Hooked, shot. Forced the goaltender to make the save and draw the penalty as well. And then the first Islander goal, or pardon me, that was an opportunity by Shatan on one chance. Niedermacher did a good job to stop that after Shatan had taken the pass. There's the same play, isn't it? Nah, this one's in the net. Perfect pass again by Yasher, and that time Shatan just put it in on the quick shot. And then Mike York, this is with the Islanders still on the power play. This long shot deflects in off the back of the Flyer defenseman Pitkanen. And for York, his second goal of the real good play.
Jitnik still working, finally lost it. Forsberg to the net, left it in front, and Asham clears. Now, did it go into the bench or over the glass?
Forsberg's getting a penalty initially for running into DiPietro. Now the question is DiPietro going to get one for reacting and getting a couple of punches in on Peter Forsberg? Forsberg just went hard to the net with the puck and tried to slide it in past DiPietro and then knocked him over. Look at the play by Forsberg. Great play. No, that's the right call. I mean, Forsberg just leaned into him and with the elbowed him in the head. That's Forsberg. Never shied away from the physical side of things, and he could have avoided the contact there, and DiPietro knew it.
But you know what?
Starting goaltenders tonight, Andrew Raycroft had a rough start as he faced Ottawa, which has a lot of big guns. Gave up a goal on the first shift after his return from a hamstring strain. At the other end of the ice, it's the Bruins' first look this season at Ricky DiPietro, an outstanding young goaltender. And he is a feisty one who likes to be a team leader for the Islanders. The Islanders wearing their bright orange bird sweaters. Well, it's hunting season, Brick. And the game is on. Nilsson gets hammered on a Dahlman check. Right off the face-off, Mike Sullivan changed up his D pair. It's now Andrew Alberts out there with Dahlman. Alberts playing without a stick as he broke his. Axelson broken up by Nilsson. Alberts hammers it into the corner boards. Both teams want line changes, and there's a traffic jam in front of the net. Thornton now in the circle. Cross ice pass. Slager wrist shot. Save DiPietro. Rebound comes to Thornton. Backhands to Murray. Shot. Save DiPietro. Niederman nudges it back to his goaltender. DiPietro's had a hot start.
The Bruins power play continues to improve. All their special teams continue to improve. Play that puck and not continue to make body contact with Nilsson, even though he's the last one to have it. The new NHL, and Gill's going to make his way to the penalty box with an interference call. Nilsson with 2 very nice plays on that last shift check. He came out high in the offensive zone after the face-off, and then there in the neutral zone made himself available for Zhitnik.
So 4-on-3 for a minute for the Islanders here. Alberts, Green, and Nick Boynton. The defenders for Boston. Chaton's shot saved by Raycroft. Yashin and Alberts in a race to the corner. They jam there. Alberts rakes the puck out and sends it the length of the ice.
It's a big play right there. One-on-one, Alberts and Yashin. He could have really just kind of backed off and respected Yashin, but no. Wins the one-on-one battle and gets a quality clear.
Alberts has really had a lot of responsibility thrust upon him after Leach's injury here 11 nights ago. Zhitnik cruising into the zone. Goes against Alberts down to the corner. Point comes over to help out. Yashin back to the point to Soap. Zhitnik tees it up. Down low, Yashin on the forehand. Steps toward the middle. Alberts and Boynton. Good team D. Sopel has room. Zhitnik with 5 seconds left in the 4-on-3. Saved by Raycroft. Boynton holds and then sends it all the way down to DiPietro. It is now 5-on-4 for the Islanders.
And Andrew Alberts getting some quality time penalty killing. Hal Gill, one of the better penalty killers for the Bruins on the back end in the box. So Alberts, more responsibility. Handled it well.
Nilsson to York in the seam. Closes, shot, saved, scores! I think it just rolled up and over Raycroft.
Raycroft with the initial save, but you're right, Jack. I think that puck just continued with some momentum and finds its way across the goal line, but it was a nice pass in the offensive zone about the tops of the circles to find York open, and with that little bit of space, he's able to walk to the net, and he just chips it. He's trying to get it over the blocker. Raycroft gets a piece of it, but it trickles under the arm, between his arm and his body. And Mike York able to sneak that puck in, give the Islanders a 1-0 lead. And I saw Mark Parrish reach into the net, pull that puck out, Jack. 100th career goal for Mike York. We'll get another look at the goal by Mike York. I said it was a nice play in the offensive zone. Well, it starts all the way back in their own zone. York able to now make a play through the neutral zone. That allows some entrance into the offensive zone, and 2 Bruins commit to the puck carrier, and York follows his pass. And open space is available to him in the offensive end, which is ideally what you want as an offensive player. And York had a clean lane right to the net, and he's able to finish it off.
Samsonov.
Dick of the Islander player, and that was his argument. But he's not going to win it.
He could make the argument in French, of course. And Bergeron's going to be at the Marblehead Veterans Middle School Monday from 1:30 to 2:30 to talk to a French class there. Loose in the slot, and a goal. The Bruins collapsing around Raycroft, and it deflects in.
I think Sean Bates is going to get this goal, Jack. This line's been highly effective for the Islanders all night long. They had great pressure in the first period. They've had some chances in the second. They just pull up along the boards, and it was a nice little follow-up. Blake again using a short-distance pass indirectly off the boards. Good communication with Trent Hunter coming late. Hunter's able to pick that puck up and get to the middle of the ice, and he waits and waits and waits. He tries to outweight Raycroft as he's moving from his right to his left, and then his shot ends up hitting some bodies, and I don't know if they're going to give that to Hunter or to Bates. Bates hanging around there right with the Bruins defense. That puck had eyes, and it snuck in to give the Islanders a 2-1 lead.
A little bit of pinball there. Niederman off the boards. Nilsson gains the zone. Samsonov wins the battle against Parrish. Gill chips it into the left wing corner. Nienema after it there. Lukovic bangs in the corner against Bergeron. Yanni Nienema starts it out. Nilsson off the end boards. Raycroft flows it to the side. Scatchard into the neutral zone. Hunter bangs him. DiPietro plays it past McEachern all the way to the blue line to Bates, up to Blake. Jason Blake goes wide. Alberts was on his back, and Raycroft played it post to post pretty well.
Remember what I was talking about in that first period? Keep the puck away from DiPietro, specifically when you're making a line change, or he can burn you.
Axelson tangles, bring it to McEachern. Scatchard has it hop over his stick. Dahlman's shot safe. Rebound loose in front. Axelson couldn't get it through the pile of bodies. Axelson with Alberts rotating low. Dahlman's shot saved DiPietro in the crowd with McEachern in his face. About a half minute to go in the second period. The Isles lead it 2-1.
Well, DiPietro makes a nice glove save on a shot through traffic. Nice pass by Axelson out high after he exchanged places with Andrew Alberts. But DiPietro's ability to move the puck, that long distance pass, set up the play for Jason Blake, which nearly made it 3-1. But this is the line to look at the Islanders that has been most effective, and they're the ones that scare you the most. It's not Yashin and Shatan, although they can make something out of nothing at times. But this line really led by Blake and Bates' speed.
And Hunter's the other guy on the line. Here he is with a break going all the way in and scoring. And Raycroft goes down.
Well, the Islanders just cleared their end off the right wing boards, and you can see this puck kind of go on edge and continue to scoot away from Yuri Slager. When Slager can't get there, Dahlman's late to help him out. And then Hunter, who has struggled in the goal scoring department. He thought he had one earlier tonight, but that one deflected in off Bates. How about this effort? We saw a winning goal in Carolina, similar to that in overtime, where Cullen reaches out to a puck that's on edge or out front where you can't really snap the puck. But sometimes all you do is got to get the blade of the stick there and chip it past the oncoming goaltender. And that's exactly what happened. Hunter able to chip it past Raycroft into that far side.
So once again, as they were 11 nights ago, the Bruins in the late stages of this game down a goal and trying to tie it. It was 3-2 on the 1st of November when Thornton worked the goal line and got the puck past Garth Snow, who ended up on his belly. Islanders clear the zone. Travis Green, the former Islander, down the left wing boards, and the Bruins will get fresh legs on the ice. McEachern, Axelson, and Scatchard, the forwards for Boston. Radek Martinek gets it out of his own zone, too far forward for Yashin. Gill is back after it, now Boynton. Nick Boynton out to Scatchard, sidesteps a check, but gives up the puck. Here's Yashin with Asham going middle. Shot right on, rebound, Asham scores!
For the Bruins to make plays coming out of their own zone. Nick Boynton makes a nice pass to Dave Scatchard to the middle of his own end. Nice pass from Gill. Use your partner. Now Boynton fights Scatchard. Scatchard's got to recognize it could be some pressure coming. It comes from the blind side. Turnover. And then Yashin from a bad angle just puts a shot on goal, knowing that Asham will drive to the net. Not a very good rebound to leave by Raycroft. And Asham, hard-working, body-taking left winger, responsible defensively to play with Yashin and Shatan. He's rewarded with a rebound goal. Beautiful little backhand right up under the crossbar.
Second of the season, scored by number 7, Trent Hunter.
They're announcing the first goal for the Islanders. Here's Murray's blast and a save, DiPietro. Hunter starts it back. Well, two in a hurry for the Islanders.
That was the tying goal. And then it was this line, the Hunter-Bates-Blake combination. Really been the difference in the hockey game. They've been dominant in the offensive zone, particularly with the speed of Bates and Blake.
And then it was Yashin and Shatan that set up Asham for the 2-goal lead by the Islanders. That's what's happened here.
Sean Bates asking linesman David Brisebois why Boys wasn't thrown out of the faceoff. Boys wins it to Slager. DiPietro back of his own goal. Brent Sobel off the boards. Hunter, trouble from Samson. Thornton around all the way through. Extra skater on the ice for Boston, and here's a 3-1 for Sean Bates to put the icing on the cake. Got a feeling it's going to be a pretty quiet charter back to Boston tonight.
It was actually a pretty good pass, I thought, in the offensive zone by Boston. Zhamnov's going to rotate back to the point, and Slager is going to make the pass there. I don't know if it surprised Zhamnov or what, but it was between the stick and the skate. It's always a tough area to handle a pass. And the rust of Zhamnov evident there. A nice pass by Slager goes unconnected, and then Bates with his speed. See you later. Open netter. Layup.
Sean Bates is a Bruins killer this year. Overtime goal on the 1st of November. 2 tonight, including the empty netter that puts the lid on it. The Bruins have not won on the island since the 22nd of December, 2001. They are now going to be 0-3 ties since then, and this is their last game on the island, barring a playoff appearance this season. The 2 teams will play again in Boston on the 28th of January and the 11th of March, but another most unsatisfying effort from the Bruins tonight. They had it at times and in parts, but not enough times and not enough parts. (5-2) the final. Rick DiPietro beats the Bruins for the first time. This is a nice feather in the cap of the kid from Winthrop.
He was good tonight.
Another Islander on this Panther team, originally drafted by the Islanders. Kolnick was back in '99, and another good clear here for the shorthanded Panthers. Now it comes to Yashin. Yashin into the Panther zone, hands it off on the near side for Shatan. Miro Shatan handles the puck with patience. Now lets it go. He scores! Up high on Roberto Luongo, who is being bothered by Parrish. It looks like Shatan's goal all the way. And it comes with just 7 seconds left in the Van Ryn penalty. 1-1 our score.
You'll see Shatan had a little too much room to move in. The Panthers at this time, if there's any kind of a breakdown, it's the fact that nobody went to Shatan and forced him to his backhand. And he gets there a little late. You saw where Gratton came in with the stick. You've got a goal scorer like Shatan. Listen, he has 6 power play goals, or now 7.
Right.
And he is their leading scorer. And the Florida Panthers, as you can see, formed the line and let him shoot. That really is sort of, again, a mental mistake.
Here's Roberts out of the corner to the backhand, and a poke check by DiPietro. He read that perfectly. Florida, welcome back Atlantic Center. 1-1 is our score. Islanders wrapping up a 4-game road trip. Panthers beginning a stretch of 7 out of 8 on home ice. Dave Schrader, Denny Potvin, Craig Minervini, and the rest of our FSM Florida crew. Just 13 shots so far in the game for the Panthers, only 11 for the Islanders. It has been a very tight game.
A lot of between the blue lines play when they're 5-on-5.
Islanders have had 2 power plays, converted 1. Panthers 0 for 4. Here's an opportunity for Hunter. Waits, lets it go.
Perfect. He waited.
Yeah.
Everything left. The opportunity left him.
Here is Bates now. Cycles it back for Jason Blake. Blake hands it back to Bates. Bates has been pretty hot of late. Here's a shot through traffic. He scores! John Bates, who had scored 5 goals in a 3-game span before going pointless in Tampa the other night, gets back on a roll and has given the Islanders the lead.
Well, You take a look at the shot, and it comes from an unlikely situation, and certainly comes at a time where I don't think Roberto is waiting for the shot, but the play is right here. Take a look at Hunter, who goes to the front of the net. Roberto, I didn't see it at all. I mean, he's sort of looking back. There's Hunter again, number 7. The puck will go right. See, he almost has to move out of the way, does Hunter, so that the puck can get by him, and that it does, as well as getting by Roberto Luongo.
Yep. 9th of the year for Sean Bates, who's had issues with a bad groin pretty much throughout the last couple of weeks. He's been battling through it, and the Islanders are glad that he's done that. And a penalty coming here. Well, the Islanders carries into the Panther zone. Gives it off for Aaron Asham. Now for Jatan. Jatan waits. Boy, he is good with that puck. Finds Asham coming back. Hands it off now for Yashin. Yashin tried to tuck it back in after Luongo went down. And Roberto Luongo has it covered for the whistle as the dangerous Alexei Yashin.
Sometimes if you're Asham and you've got the pressure of playing with your 2 top stars and maybe 2 top moneymakers, certainly we know that in Yashin's case, Asham made the pass to Yashin, but that may have been a mistake because he was in a much better position to shoot the puck. But sometimes you feel pressure, to feed the big guy.
Yep. Martinic holds this puck in. Blocker save Luongo. Here's Asham with it. Now Asham rolls it back. Yashin behind the net. Wraparound was stopped by Luongo. Back to the line. Held in a bouncing puck just in wide of the Panther net. Picked up. Score! Kavasha with the long reach. And even from that angle was able to snap it by Roberto Luongo, and the Islanders with a 3-1 lead.
Well, a tough goal for the Florida Panthers, but again, you talk about how the game has changed and the new rules. This doesn't happen years ago. But watch, as the puck misses the net, it comes right back out, still in a position where somebody can get to it. If you have the net that is back 13 feet, that puck is buried back there. So what you've seen, in my opinion, is a great example of what can produce more offense just by moving the nets back to within 11 feet of the back boards, where it used to be 13.
Of course, at one time it was 10 feet. There was a lot of talk about moving it back to 10, but at least back to 11, you're seeing more of those kind of plays. Here comes Blake cutting in, hands it across, they score! Bates able to knock it home. It is now a 4-1 lead for the New York Islanders.
Well, the third period certainly has not been friendly to the Florida Panthers the last couple of games. And the Islanders, who have had such good success on this road trip, as we said, winning 2, losing 1 in a 4-game road trip. This is the last game of the trip. They go back home after this for a couple of games. They have smelt the blood, and now they're just cooking.
Heads up play by Jason Blake. And again, the Panthers, power play opportunity after power play opportunity. And a timeout. I think Jacques Martin has called a timeout.
I would imagine.
Just 16 shots against Roberto Luongo. It comes to Hagman. Roberts gets to the loose puck. They try to get it in front for Jokinen, but the Islanders are there. Blake fails to clear. Roberts chips it back along. Now Jitnik double team. Puck recovered by Jokinen. Jokinen tried to send it back to the line. And a penalty coming against Ole Jokinen. And the whistle will come on the touch-up here by Bouwmeester.
Well, sometimes you're just trying and trying and trying so hard to make something happen. Jokinen on that shift got 3 face-off wins in a row that resulted in 2 good shots on goal from the point. But here he messes up the pass a little bit, and it's almost more a reaction than certainly any kind of a well thought out play.
Yeah.
You get the stick there between the legs of, I guess it was Bates at that point.
Face-off win Islanders. Campoli, one-timer, scores! Right up in the top corner. Whether that was deflected, we'll have to wait and see. Well, the Islanders have made it 5-1.
Well, one argument about the Islander power play is that maybe their defense don't get very involved. So far this year, only one defenseman, Jitnik, has a goal on the power play, and this is the second one. I think you're right. I think that went off of Parrish.
It may have hit Parrish in the backside, yeah.
In the pants. I think it hit Parrish right there. Yep, I think right there it hit Mark Parrish, and then went by Roberto Luongo. So maybe the Islanders will remain at only one defenseman with a power play goal.
Well, they'll take it with that kind of a result, though, because it was certainly the shot that led to that opportunity. 5-1 Islanders with the lead. Now Jacina working against Michael York. Campoli behind his own net. They're announcing it right now as Campoli's goal. I'm going to wait and see if that changes.
He's been a nice surprise for that team. A rookie come in, he's got 3 goals to lead all defensemen. And if it is indeed his power play goal, it will be his 4th.
There's Campoli with it. Off the far boards, Winehandle got a stick on it, and Camacho with a burst of speed. He's got Goddard with him. Backhand shot by Camacho went just wide. And Oleg Camacho uses one of the longest sticks in the league that he has down in the Islander room. And now we've got Cairns and Goddard squared off right at center ice.
I think the linesman should get the sticks out of the way if they can get in there. And I know that stick. Oh, good. The stick is.
Goddard trying to throw him quickly. Cairns with the reach and the height advantage. Goddard trying to land one uppercut.
Well, we talk about those guys having numb hands, a good part of the time. A lot of it is because of the helmets. You're throwing those punches, you're trying to land them, in where there's skin, but oftentimes you're landing them on that plastic helmet, and that's what will really ruin the hands.
Well, they both say good scrap. It's 5-1 Islanders. Hagman sends it back to the line. Hill with a shot, didn't get much on it. And it's cleared away to the line, held in by Bouwmeester. His shot was blocked. Bouwmeester sends it to the far boards. Jelena gets there. Oh, he's run hard by Bates. And one of the Panthers taken to the ice, and one of the Islanders is hurt. And it's Bates who went hard into Jelena.
Oh, boy, he is really hurt.
Yeah.
What did he do? Oh, my goodness. Rarely do you see a player squirm with pain like that. Let's take a look. Here's Bates right here going in. Comes together. Goes into the boards. Oh, Bates is trying to run him right into the corner glass.
Oh, it was when he fell.
That's right. And then his leg snapped.
Well, he grabs the back of his leg, almost like a hamstring area.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, why was Bates trying to run him into? There's an area at the end of the bench where the glass starts, and obviously you can imagine that is really difficult if you run into that. Now there's a little bit of padding in that area, but really it's nominal. I mean, it doesn't do anything or very much to soften the blow, and it looked like Bates was trying to run Jelena right into that padded area right here.
Yeah.
And in the end, it's Bates who takes the worst of it.
Well, Jacques Martin, two of them just 17 seconds apart, Denny. We saw it in Ottawa the other night. The two Alfredson power play goals just 20 seconds apart. Milken into center ice. Trying to get one more chance at DiPietro. Hands it off. Hagman, a shot, save, rebound. Chance for Bouwmeester. Went over top of the net as Jokinen put in on top of the goaltender DiPietro, but they separate quickly. And the Islanders will win 3 out of 4 on this road trip, and the Panthers winless streak goes to 11. And our Nissan player of the game, Sean Bates is our player of the game. We can't get a shot at him because unfortunately he went off injured. But a couple of goals in the game. Sean Bates, our Nissan player of the game.
Talking with Steve Sterling and saying the importance of this game, he said not only for the road trip.
Shatan held it in for a moment at the line till he took a nice bump. And Lukowicz has it back. Yanni Ninema up the middle. Good quick feed to Asham, who fires a save. Biron, who left a rebound. That Kalinin cleared.
Good shot. Boy, you like to see Asham make a decision like that. He looked up to see if anyone was open. And, of course, you look for Shatan and Yashin to score goals. And when he looked up and they weren't there, he said, fine, I'll take the shot. Good and low.
York put it to the goal mouth. Campoli a drive, they score! Tipped in by Mike York. And the Islanders lead it 1-0.
There's that ability of Campoli again. The ability to get the puck past that first man. The first shot was here by York. Just throws it at the net. Now here comes Campoli. He looks up first before he gets there. He looked up to see where everyone is and then took the shot. Nice and low, and York just following up from his shot from the corner, deflects it in. Biron didn't have a chance, and the Islanders lead at 1-0 in a period.
No harm, though, as Zhitnik is right there to take it.
That was McKee again that made the defensive play, using his skates to block the pass.
Sopel lost it, and it's sent all the way down by Drury. Now we're down to a half-minute left on the Islander power play. A little more than 3 minutes gone in the second period. Zhitnik gains the zone with some speed, works on tempo. Numanen now for Nielsen. Down to 17 to the man advantage. York spreading it out. Nobody in front right now. Hunter tried to jam one that got knocked aside. Recovered by Sopel. He scores! Sopel threw it at the net, and it's a power play goal with 5 seconds remaining on Pyatt's penalty, and the Islanders regain the lead. It's 2-1 New York.
You know how it looked like it went off someone, and I'm thinking it went off Numanen. Here it is again. I mean, Numanen was there. Hunter was there as well. Here's the one shot. Now Numanen is right here. Does it go off his stick? Yes, it does. Went off Numanen. He reached his stick out to try and block the pass. Watch it hit the blade of his stick right there and then over the shoulder. So Sopel is going to get credit for that goal.
And it'll be his first goal as a New York Islander. And the Islanders get the lead for the second time in this game. Offside at the Islander blue line. Power play connects. Marty Biron, whether he saw that one or not, was done in by his own defenseman.
And it was a perfect deflection. I mean, Mark Parrish would have trouble deflecting one in more perfect than that. Bad angle, and that thing just went up underneath almost right where the crossbar and the post meet. Biron didn't have a chance.
Fitzpatrick gives it away. Jason Blake throws it through the goal mouth. Lukowicz jumps in deep.
Howie Winehandle getting a shift.
With Blake and Kavasha. Vanek for Buffalo shoots wide. Vanek, a big goal scorer last year in the American League, had 42 goals for Rochester. Centering feed. Gaustad denied by DiPietro. Oh, Gaustad dead on in the slot. And now Blake scoots back into the Buffalo zone for Winehandle. See his Winehandle pulls up. Blake a shot. He scores! Jason Blake, 3-1 New York.
You know, Howie, I don't think, you start with the great save DiPietro made, and then the Islanders are able to get out of the zone, and Kavasha ends up going to the net. Watch Kavasha. He goes right there. Now watch where he stands. And the two Buffalo players can't defend because Kavasha's there, and they end up finding Blake behind him. So Kavasha goes to the net, draws two of the Sabre players with him. That leaves Blake open on the backside. And he took the perfect pass from Hunter and put it in to make it a 3-1 game.
So that's 2 goals. Well, here's round 2. This is an appointment fight. Fourth lines are out. Eric Goddard, Brian McGrattan. They went at it in Ottawa somewhere before this game even started. They must have decided they were going to go. So before they dropped the puck, McGrattan and Goddard trade haymakers. McGrattan got one good right in particular, but Goddard is staying right with him. And the linesmen are just going to let him go. And these guys are not holding back. As McGrattan lands an overhand right. McGrattan without the helmet. Goddard still has his on. That hasn't stopped McGrattan from making contact with that helmet a couple of times.
Boy, they connected, haven't they? Wow.
To do with anything in this game and everything to do with the last game, and certainly the Islander bench appreciated it. And for both, it's pretty much business as usual.
Remember the last game? I don't think Goddard played a shift in the first period, did he?
In the game against Buffalo or against Ottawa?
No, the game in Ottawa. I thought Ottawa came out and played a very physical first period. The last time they played it, clear it.
Well, just 19 seconds left to figure it out, at least for the first time this afternoon. And here's Yashin. Up to the Ottawa line. Shatan. Parrish in the corner, so nobody in front of the net yet. Final 5 to the power play. Shatan to Martinic. He steps up, goes wide, centers. Yashin, he scores! Alexei Yashin scores against his former team to tie the game 1-1.
Wow, what a play by Martinic. Beautiful play by Martinic. He actually was thinking of shot right here. When he fakes the shot, he's trying to get the goaltender to move, which he does. And then when Hasek stayed with him, he was able to keep his head up and find Yashin on the other side. That's just a beautiful play by Martinic. Freeze the goaltender, keep moving, and then find the open man.
Not a power play because Alfredson talked a little bit too much before he stopped, and so a 4-minute Islander power play here. They're down by 2. Yashin to Parrish. Sopel at the blue line to Jitnik for a drive. He scores! It may have been Yashin on a redirection, and the Islanders close it to 3-2, and they'll still have 2 full minutes of power play time to work with.
Well, the initial save was made by Hasek on the shot by Jitnik, and then it might have bounced off him and hit Yashin in front. Here's the shot, and Yashin was there, and it might have hit off Yashin. Let's see. No, I don't think so. I think Jitnik's going to get it. And wasn't that a simple play, basic play? Well, I mentioned before the 5-on-3s. The Islanders don't shoot from quality scoring areas on the 5-on-3.
Here's a lead for Fisher, short-handed. DiPietro a save. And the Senators almost got it right back.
Well, Ottawa, second in the league with short-handed goals with 7. And Philadelphia, who the Islanders will see the next 2 games, are first in that department. And there's Fisher with the short-handed chance. Here's the shot again. Let's see. There's the initial save. And I think it just kind of then bounced. Hasek probably knocked the puck in himself after he made the initial save as he was kicking out his right leg.
It will be Garsnow against Antti Niittymaki, who will go a second straight day for the Flyers. Howie and Joe.
All right, so Garth Snow playing in a building where he has always played very well and has generally played well against the teams that he has been with before. There have been a few, but one thing about Snow, the Islanders always seem to play particularly well in front of him. And they know that part of Snow playing today is because of the fact that, not only does Snow need a game, but the Islanders need to raise their level of play too, and they always seem to when Garth Snow is back there.
Yeah, and Steve Sterling just said, listen, Ricky's been okay, but he hasn't been at that same level where we've seen him lately. So I think it's a good move.
And in come the Flyers off the opening draw. Branko Radivojevic, number 19, gets it in deep. Sammy Kapanen, number 24, prevented from reaching it, and out comes Eschen for the Islanders. Aaron Eschen plays it to the corner, then tries to put it in front, gets it back, wraparound, stop, rebound, Blake, he scores! Jason Blake up on the first line, just 31 seconds in. Islanders lead it 1-0.
Looks like the last time we were in here, doesn't it? With the great start that they had. Jason Blake up on that line. All he did was go to the net. Most of the work was done by this man right here, Aaron Asham. Gets his own rebound, throws it at the net, and then Blake, using his skate, just kicks it up to his skate, or up to his stick. Watch him use the skate right there, right up to the blade of his stick, and all in one motion put it in. And Niittymaki, who's played very well, and coming off a big game yesterday in Boston, really didn't have a chance.
We've told you from time to time, chops it out of the zone. Good work by Sammy Kapanen, who missed the first 20 games of the year because of shoulder surgery. That included the entire preseason.
You've got to watch Philadelphia. They lead the league in shorthanded goals with 8, and that was a good chance by Jesus.
Campoli kept it alive until Gagne slid out. Look where Snow's going. Gave it up to Gagne. Snow backing up the drive, and a save by Snow. Well, that was only Gagne, leading the league in goals, firing at a backpedaling Garth Snow.
And had to wait for his own man to get onside.
And now Yashin denied, and so is Shatan on the rebound by Niittymaki.
Yeah, that first shot by Yashin was blocked by the defenseman. And then Miro Shatan just kind of swung around and blindly fired a backhand back towards the goaltender Niittymaki, who made the save. Here it is again. Now watch what happens. He has to wait. His man is still, well, you know what? I thought he was offside anyway. Would have been an interesting call.
Would have ruined the
Had that
great
gone in.
replay, though.
Yes.
Now the Islanders still with a minute 1 of power play time. Yashin, Blake, and Parrish the forwards with Zhitnik and Sopel back. So the Islanders have 2 goalies who like to gamble a little bit. And certainly Rick DiPietro is as aggressive as they come. And you saw how aggressively Snow pursued that before having to make a backpedaling save. Parrish plays it back to the blue line. Now Blake with Parrish parked in front. Yashin had a little trouble gaining control. Sets up Zhitnik. Sopel, wrist shot, pad save, rebound. Parrish didn't get through. Rebound, score! And the Islanders tie it up. Jason Blake down in a scrum. Picks the goal up anyway, and we're all even 2-2.
Well, he just wouldn't give up, even though he was down on the ice. It was a simple-looking wrist shot from Brent Sopel, but it was in the right spot. Watch how it's low and on the pads. And the goaltender can't do anything, and Blake just got drilled. Absolutely got drilled by Chris Therien. There's a play right there, and watch Blake, what he does. Down on the ice, just chips it as Therien is standing over him. Therien is 6'6". And he was standing over Blake as Blake took a swing with his stick. Wouldn't give up on the play. And I think he used the other player's stick in front to kind of chip it off the stick up high. And the Islanders come back to tie it.
And Snow has to make a quick save right afterwards. So the Flyers get right back into the Islanders zone. Carter taken to the boards by Yanni Ninnema. So it's Jason Blake 2 and R.J. Umberger 2 here in the middle of the second period. Umberger for Sim, and that deflects to Snow. Parrish and Sopel got the assists at the 7:41 mark.
Hunter broke his stick and was without a stick, and now gets to the bench for a change.
Picked it in for Philadelphia. Chopping away is Sim. Campoli across to Martinez. Shots are 15-13 Philadelphia. And Ninnemaki's got to cover up.
And now a line on the ice for the Islanders. A couple of young players. Here's Blake again. He just gets drilled there by Therien. Look how big Therien is. He's standing over him, and Blake still able to reach out with his stick and not give up on the play. That's a tremendous goal. Tremendous goal by Jason Blake.
When you take a look at the highlights, you'll enjoy Jason Blake's goal.
Now this was the Islanders on the power play, and all Sopel does, and we've talked about this, get the shot through nice and low so that there's a rebound, and then Jason Blake, who was knocked down by Chris Therien, flat on his stomach, just took a swipe at it, and he gets hit hard right there, and then spins around, and then does that. That's just a wonderful goal by Jason Blake to tie it, and the Islanders will go into third period tied. Here's a chance by Shatan after the shot by Yashin was blocked in front. And then this one off the post. That deflected off the flyer and then went off the post. And then here's the 2-on-1 the Islanders had with Blake. Now watch the hard pass, but it handcuffs Yashin on the backhand side. He can't get a shot.
Off the glass to Asham. Yashin tried to feed Blake in the corner. Blake taken in hard by Desjardins. Blake went face first right into the boards. Let's see if anything's going to be called here on Desjardins.
At least he's up. I think it was an accident, and I think that he might have just stepped on the stick of Desjardins. And boy, oh boy, the way he went into the boards, I'm surprised he's up and skating and going back. Oh boy.
Did that shield save him some?
If you're not a fan of visors, when you see something like that, you could turn into one in a hurry. I mean, that visor just saved him. It saved him. I mean, he hit right at the top of the boards on the edge, and that visor saved him. He probably couldn't have been going any faster than he was. and the legs just got tangled up. I mean, it was a total accident by Desjardins. And by wearing a visor, just saved him from who knows what. Would not have been pretty.
You saw play. Here's Snow making a save on a shot from the corner. You saw Blake flip that helmet and visor off. He gave it to Rich Campbell because obviously it needed some readjustment because of the impact.
Yeah, had to get the paint off it. You had to get the paint off it.
You're right. Got him right in the Geico sign. And Campoli back in his own zone. 24-16, the numbers in shots. Asham going wide. Asham feeds Ninema, who shanked it. And the Flyers look to break out, but Carter forgot the puck. Parrish, there's going to be a penalty. Carter's going to go for holding Parrish across. 2 shots by Lukowicz. Second one, he scores. Lukowicz on his own rebound in a delayed penalty situation has put the Islanders on top 3-2.
We saw effort from Blake to score the second goal. You're going to see great effort again, this time by Lukowicz to score the go-ahead goal. He wouldn't give up on the play. There was a turnover at the blue line right here. And then the Islanders kept the play alive, and there would have been a penalty on Carter, who turned the puck over. Then look at one shot, and then Lukowicz just reaches out about as far as he could to get his own rebound. Carter turns it over, would have taken the penalty. It was delayed, and then the pass from Parrish. A beautiful play by Parrish to get the puck across, and Lukowicz with the effort has given the Islanders a 1-goal lead.
It's his first goal as a New York Islander. Parrish set him up. Second assist of the game for Parrish, who's becoming something of a playmaker. He had 2 assists in the game yesterday against Ottawa.
Yeah, Lukowicz told us in the pregame show, he said, we're going to have to step it up because of the loss of Sean Bates. He took it upon himself there.
Flyers on the puck. Niedermacki edging out. Now it's worked deep by Jesus. Niedermacki to the bench. Philadelphia net is empty. They have an extra skater on. Blake tried to wheel it out. Couldn't do it. Stays in the zone until Parrish grabs it back. Lifts it to center. Empty net. Blake looking for a hat trick, and he's got it. Jason Blake hits the empty net. 4-2 New York. Hat trick Jason Blake.
Boy, what a game he has played. And what a gutty performance by a group of Islanders that have been shorthanded with the injury to Kavasha, down to 10 forwards. Steve Sterling has had to use everybody on the bench, but Jason Blake started the game this way. And then on the backhand, that's not an easy shot from a bad angle. On the backhand, puts it into the empty net. What a game he has played. And the Islanders with a gutsy performance here.
Parrish and Jitnik will get the assists on the empty netter at 19:25. And the Islanders have come into Philadelphia and are 22 seconds away from a win. Here is Sim going wide.
Now what about Garth Snow again? Again, he steps in when the team needs an emotional lift and provides it. There was one goal that was scored on him that, just trickled through his pads and barely got over the line. The other one was deflected in by his own teammate. And other than that, Garth Snow was terrific. A gutsy performance by the Islanders, who I thought in this third period, Howie, they really limited the number of times that the Flyers were able to move the puck up the ice and skate the puck over the blue line. I mean, they just weren't able to do that in the third period, and it's because the Islanders were making smart plays with the puck, and defensively they were thinking, and they were doing the right thing defensively, erring more on the side of being conservative.
And you also made the point about discipline being so important in the third period, particularly as it unfolded with the Islanders having grabbed the lead, and they did. There was nothing retaliatory, nothing that Steve Sterling would characterize the way he occasionally does of being the less than intelligent penalties, and the Islanders come away with a win. They
played hard. They played determined. Alexei Yashin, remember our quote book? Alexei Yashin saying we need to beat a good team, and today's a good day to do that. Well, they did. They came out, they played hard, they fell behind, they were able to fight to get back in the game. They got the key saves from Snow when they had to, and defensively in the third period, they were tremendous. There's Garth Snow with a wave. They want him to go on the ice. He said, no, he didn't.
His peeps haven't forgotten him, have they? He's the third star. R.J. Umberger the second. And the first star, of course, will be Jason Blake. But we've got Deb Kaufman standing by downstairs to talk about Brad Lukowicz's first goal as an Islander.
Brad got a kick out of that Gar Snow performance. Right there as one of the stars of the game and also in goal. How big
Give him the puck. When the game is on the line. Good time to get your first goal of the year, wasn't it? The game winner in Philadelphia. On a great second effort, by the way. On his own rebound.
That's a bouncing puck in front that Desjardins takes away. Jason Blake grabbed the headlines with a hat trick, but Lukowicz is the guy who had the game-winning goal. 8:20 to go in the first period here. This is Hunter closing in, shooting. He went for the short side, and Esch said no. Now Lukowicz to Ninema. Tipped, scored! Shatan! Miro Shatan knocked it out of midair. And as long as that stick was below the level of the crossbar, it'll count. And the Islanders take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and it all started with a long pass out of their own zone that led to the Hunter chance. And then the Islanders kept it going, and then some quick passing. They just let the puck do the work, and this is hand-eye coordination right there, folks. And that's almost unstoppable. As Esch was thinking short side, covering everything there, and then there it is. And that's a beautiful thing. Not only to deflect it, but down, make it bounce over the glove, and in. That's a thing of beauty.
And no question, looking at that replay, about the height of the stick position when he made contact with the puck. So Miro Shatan puts New York in front. And the Islanders now have Winehandle, Smith, and Paraship. Islanders were 1 for 4 on the power play against the Flyers on Saturday. And that Flyer penalty killing continues to sit at the absolute bottom of the National Hockey League. They are 30th overall. One thing, though, the Flyers have 8 shorthanded goals. Islanders 4 for 18 on the power play against Philly this year.
Those 8 shorthanded lead the league.
There's Yashin coming around the net in front. Blake, he shoots, he scores! Oh, those brand new sticks of Jason Blake produce another one. This one on the power play, and it's 2-0 New York.
Yeah, Yashin used his strength from behind the net to go around the net, and his pass in front looked like it might have even deflected to get to Blake. Let's see, did it hit anybody? Looked like it might have hit somebody and gets back to Blake, who then buries it off the post. Just going to the net, takes his time, and that one off the post and in. Power play goal for the Islanders and a 2-0 lead.
And those new sticks, they don't break, right?
I just keep using the same one all the time.
They're like rubber if necessary. So Blake, hat trick on Sunday or Saturday. Now with his 12th goal of the year.
Well, the Islanders came out, as did the Flyers, and they weren't getting many scoring chances on either side. And until this right here. Wrist shot from the point, just a beautiful redirection by Miro Shatan. The great hand-eye coordination, and Shatan puts it in past Robert Esch. That made it 1-0. And then on the power play, here's the pass from behind the net. Yashin showing good strength, controlling the puck, using his body to protect the puck, then finds Jason Blake that puts it in off the post for the 2-0 lead.
Although the Flyers did outshoot the Islanders 8-5.
They never miss. They never miss. They never miss anything.
Neither do you, Eagle Eye.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Not me. I follow them.
The Islanders, the power play now with Jesus off for the hook at 10:20. And this 2-1 game where the Islanders now find a lot less room. They try and extend that on the power play, which has converted one tonight. That was Jason Blake. Yashin up front. Back to the blue line, Zhitnik.
Now, Kapanen doesn't have a stick.
Drive wide, rebound to Yashin.
Keep giving it to Sopel on that side with Kapanen. It's obviously very difficult to defend when you don't have a stick. The only thing he can do is block the shot. Should go right back to him.
Yashin takes the shot. Blake to the rebound. It went off of Desjardins. Good save, though, on the first one by Esch. Now Sopel's drive and a pad save by Esch. 1:03 to go on the Islander power play. Parrish has it back.
Yeah, let Parrish get to the front. Let Sopel shoot, or Zhitnik in this case.
That's Kapanen side, but now they go to Sopel. Wrist shot, they score! Parrish in front, they have gotten a piece. Either way, the Islanders' second power play goal of the night, 3-1 Islanders.
Yeah, there's Parrish in front. And Sopel just looked up and saw him there and said, I'm just going to take the wrist shot. Just going to take the wrist shot. There was a defenseman for the Flyers there as well. And it might have hit the Flyers defense. I'm not sure if Parrish ended up with it or not. I think either way, it hits the Flyer defense first on the stick, and then Parrish was right there as well, and Esch didn't have a chance. There's this man here. And then Parrish in front. And with those two players directly in line, Esch didn't see it. It hit both of them. He's trying to find it. That's what the goaltender is forced to do now, because remember, the defense, now they can't be as physical as in years past. They can't clear a lane for the goaltender to see it. So goaltenders are forced to try and look around bodies to find the puck. And sometimes they're just out of position.
Well, Parrish with a milestone. His 150th goal in the NHL, but his 100th as an Islander. Right to the neck goes Shatan. It is officially Parrish's goal, his 6th of the year.
Something else, isn't it?
Since this is the first show, Glenn, I'd like to address something that's bothering me, and that's why it's called the Heels and Flats Show. I mean, I've been here longer, I'm smarter, I'm better looking. It should be the Flats and Heel Show.
Well, I'm better friends with the Maven, and I make more money, so I think we'll just leave it at that for now, and when we win the Oscar, I can give the...
You're right, Glenn. Money does talk. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm not really a bleeder. So if somebody could come up to me and shoot me with a shotgun in the face, and I wouldn't bleed, so there's no penalty. Another guy, you know, he pinches a pimple, and he's bleeding for days. So it's just not fair. If you high stick a guy, whether he bleeds or not, it's a penalty. That's the way it should be.
And we are so pleased to have the star of the Heels and Flats Show, Patrick Flatley, with us. You know, all these years later now, still talking about penalties and the differences. I've heard so much about that show. And looking back at, I like the Sports Channel logo. I like the look. You don't look all that much different, do you?
I don't know. I think I'm probably a little smarter than I was back then. At least I hope I was by the comments I just listened to.
Whenever I see Glenn Healy, though, I always tell him it was, oh, I always like the Flats and Heels show, and he gets mad.
Yeah, he has some emotional issues and self-esteem issues. He's dealing with them, though, and he's getting better. He's getting over it.
So you're still working with the league. How much do you get out?